Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Valley Strong Credit Union, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, and the Kern High School District. With additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Do the Math. I'm Michael.
I'm Zenaida.
And I'm Kaylyn. For math homework help, call in Bakersfield 636-4357. Anywhere else, 1-866-636-6284. Email dothemath@kern.org. We're online at dothemathonline.net and on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and YouTube.
All right. So, Kaylyn, do you have that many ways to get a hold of you? Or is there just one way to get a hold of you with a phone number, probably?
Yeah.
Probably that's the only way, huh? Mm-hmm. I wish it was that way with me, too. But anyway. So, Kaylyn, where do you go to school and what grade are you in?
I'm in 3rd grade, and I go to
Are you at American?
American Elementary.
Okay, I thought I was going to say it said American Elementary there. So how is 3rd grade going?
It's going good.
What is the best thing so far about 3rd grade?
My teacher and my friends.
Well, good. Well, that's glad. It's a nice thing that you like your teacher, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Are you ready to do some math today?
Yes.
All right. Let's take a look at our social media problem of the day. So we're going to look right up here. Have you ever seen blocks like that at all?
Yeah, they're called quick pictures.
Oh, good. So you can explain to me what we're going to do. So it says, what decimal represents the shaded area? So what do you think that first one that's all shaded would represent?
100.
So that would be 100. How do you know that so quick?
Because every square is
Yeah, it equals 1, right?
Yeah.
But how did you know that was 100 so quick?
Because there's 10 tens.
Right, so there's 10 tens. Good. What about the other one?
That's 20.
You knew that pretty quick also.
Because there's 2 tens.
There you go. So there's 2 tens filled in. So which one of those decimals do you think would represent that? 1 and 2 hundredths, which is A, or B, 1 and 2 tenths, C, 1 and 5 tenths, or D, 0 and 2 tenths?
Is it B?
Well, you asking me or you telling me? That's why I have you helping me.
I don't know.
Well, but you think it's B, right?
Yes.
Why do you think it's B over the other ones?
Because it has a 1 and a 2.
Good. So A has a 1 and a 2 also, but it has a 0.
Yeah, but the 0's before the 2. That can't be because 20 has a 2 before the 0.
Exactly. So that's excellent reasoning right there. So you really think that B is the correct answer?
Yes.
You want to go with that one?
Uh-huh.
You're sure?
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at it and see if B is indeed the correct answer. B is correct. There you go, sister. 1 for 1. All right. 636-4357 is that phone number. We do have phone tutors available most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school year. Kaylyn, a 3rd grader from American Elementary, loves her instructor. And what are some of the things that you've been doing in math class so far?
We're doing, last quarter we did mostly bar graphs, picture graphs, all those kinds of graphs. And this quarter we're doing 0 through 10 multiplication.
All right. Did you like doing all the different types of graphs?
Yes, so it's very fun.
Oh, good. And what do you think about all the times tables and multiplying right now?
They're kind of hard, but not too hard.
Well, that's good because you know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to struggle a little bit in school. That way your brain develops and grows. Did you know that?
Yes.
All right, well, good. So a little bit of struggle is going to be a good thing for you. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, before we get you back to work, it is time now for today's Math in the News. All right, today's Math in the News. We are fortunate enough once again to have Emily in studio with us from Mind Research, and we've also got an extra special friend, Rob Duchow, in from Southern California Gas today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks for having me.
And this is not your first time on the show.
I've been here a handful of times.
Right,
yes.
many times. So this is year 22 of the show, and I think you've been here 22 times, haven't you?
Maybe half that.
All right, so about half that. So you are a big supporter of Do the Math and also of Current Math Week.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how Southern California Gas got involved in this.
Well, SoCal Gas is very supportive of education, obviously, and STEM education particularly. And last year, we partnered with the Mind Research Institute to help bring the first Kern County Math Week here to Kern County. And so this year, Mind Research Institute came back, and I'm just here to help welcome Emily back to the community and help promote Kern County Math Week, especially among the Boys and Girls Club, where I have a role on the board of directors. And
right, so I know you're heavily involved in that. So Southern California Gas heavily vested in the education of kids of Kern County.
Yes, and math is very important. Our employees need to know math. When you're dealing with pipelines, you need to know sizes and volumes and pressures, and you need a high school math education to be able to lay pipeline in the ground. It's not just digging ditches. There's math that goes into all that
Yeah.
work. So.
And all of that stuff that they need to get through their high school education is what they're getting first at the lower elementary grades, like Kaylyn today, like the times tables, finally getting to start those in 3rd grade, which will make a nice foundation as she gets a little bit older and stuff like that. So Emily, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, Mike.
So I know you are the master at all of the games that you guys have on Kern Math Week, but talk a little bit about Kern Math Week and where you guys are at right now.
Absolutely. Kern Math Week is really a whole week devoted to helping families and communities engage in mathematics. And it's joyful storybooks around the origins of mathematics in sub-Saharan Africa and parts of Asia. And really the whole goal of the week is just to practice what positive mathematical thinking looks like and perseverance. And we're trying to reach a goal of 500,000 math minutes.
There you go. So here's the website. If you go to, we have the flyer up periodically throughout the program over the last couple of weeks since you've been here last. So it's happening this week. This is only day 2 of the week. So there's still a lot of time to go, but here's where we're at so far. So you're over half of your goal right now because you want 500,000 minutes.
Absolutely, and more.
Right, and more. So it's not like 500,000 we stop, right? So what percent do you think over 500,000 would be good to attain this year? Because last year, did you hit the 500,000 last year?
We were very close to my recollection. I
So
think we were
how
just a
close
couple
were you? Do you
minutes
remember
short.
how close, how many thousand?
I think we were just probably around
480s maybe?
480.
Okay, so 40,000, a little shy. So maybe the goal this year is 40 over.
I think you'll hear it here first. I think Kern County is on track for 1 million minutes.
What? You're going to double the goal.
I think it's possible.
All right. Well, you got a lot of fun games and things on there. You talked a little bit about it. And you and Kaylyn right now are going to have an opportunity to play a game. So why don't you head over to the board, and Kaylyn, I think you can just slide right over there. And Emily's going to explain to you how to play the game.
So Kaylyn, this is Low Shoe the turtle. And Low Shoe the turtle has a magical pattern on its shell. All of the patterns of the shell, both horizontally, vertically, and diagonally, have to equal the sums of the lily pads. So what's 1 plus 2?
3.
Okay.
Do that word.
So 1 plus 2 is 3. What could we add to 1 that equals 5?
4.
All right, let's drag it in. Nice. All right, and now we need to see what could we add to 2 that equals 5?
3.
All right, let's see if Low Shoe the turtle is happy. Let's hit that question mark. Huzzah, nice job. Let's go on to the next puzzle. All right, this one's a little trickier now. We only get 1 known. So let's see here. What can we add to 3 that will equal 4?
1.
All right, I like it. Now, which way do we want to solve? Should we go straight?
That way.
All right, what can we add to 1 that equals 3?
2.
2. And for the solve, what would make Low Shoe happy?
4.
All right, let's check and see. Nice job, friend. And that's really the whole fun of Math Week, to just engage in fun games and storybooks at home where you get to play fun puzzles and see as you go on, they get a little bit trickier, but that's all the fun of Math Week.
You know what, Emily? Because now there's one with no numbers in there. So how about you have Kaylyn try that one just to go one step further.
My trick is I like looking for the smallest lily pad. I like that move. Very nice. Nice work. Good job.
All right, so you guys, she's doing rather good at this.
Very
so
well.
How about if you set her up a level
Oh, okay.
and see how we do? Just because Kaylyn is, I think, set for the challenge, aren't you? Hey, there you go. She's like, yeah, let's go.
So under these settings, we can make it a little bit more difficult here. Now we have some larger puzzles. So you're going to put 4, and notice in this puzzle now we have to add 3 numbers that equal 11 in these special orange squares.
And then Kaylyn, remember, tell Emily what you're thinking of. What numbers are you thinking of and how will they work?
So, as we know from the last problem, 4 plus 3 equals 7. And then if we put 5 right here and 2 right here, that also equals 7, because 5 is 1 more than 4, and so that 2, and so that number can be 1 less than 3. And then all we have left now is 6 plus 1, which also equals 7.
All right, let's double check if it works horizontally. Oh no, because 1 plus 2 and 3, does that equal 7 altogether?
No.
Oh, we gotta try it over. What could we move around that might help us here?
Maybe we could switch some of these numbers?
I think so.
There. Then that there. 6.
6 plus 4 plus 5, that's a little too many for 11. What if we switched around a couple more here? It's okay, we're gonna switch to the 3 and the 4. I like that.
Oh, but that equals 11.
Because 6 plus 3 is 9.
Try your middle one, Kaylyn. Try flipping that middle one and see if that
This
works.
one? No. What did I? You go there.
So we put the 2 there. All right, let's double check. Nice job.
All right, there you go. So you got closer, but that was a little bit of a struggle, right? So
Yes.
that's one of the keys I think that Emily wants you guys to do also, is as you are doing these things with your family, you guys can talk all about the different stories, the different cultures that you're reading about, and then you can see that the games you play make it kind of fun, don't they? And then especially if you get a little challenge with it, it's like, oh, let me see how far I can go with that, right? Nicely done. So thank you, Emily, for coming in. Thank you, Rob, also for coming in and
My
your
pleasure.
support of
Glad to be here.
Mind Research, the Math Week, as well as your support of Do the Math also. All right. 636-4357 is that phone number. Also fortunate enough to have the Bakersfield Museum of Art in downstairs with us right now, because they're not obviously in the studio. So let's head downstairs and see what they're working on.
All right, hey, today we have Maria here from the Bakersfield Museum of Art, and she has a wonderful art project planned for these kids. Maria, can you tell us about what we're doing today?
So today we're going to be using polymer clay. It's pretty similar to using other types of clay. The only thing that makes it very different is that it's a little bit less messy and we can make it work in smaller spaces. So we'll be working with the students to create a little sculpture piece that involves geometric shapes. So I'll start off by explaining the tools. We have a few tools that the students could use, but they don't have to use every single one of them. So if you guys see the pink tools, those are really going to help you divide clay in different sections. So if you have to cut the clay into smaller proportions, I would use the two little pink tools. If you guys want to mold or change some of the angles, you guys do have the ones that have the black handle with the gray top. Those are very flexible, so it will mold your clay, but it won't be too rough on the surface. And then if you guys grab the additional tools, which is one that's wooden, one's a little bit colorful, and then one that has a metal ends. Those are used just to keep adding more texture and like indents into but you don't have to use them. This is just more helpful when you're adding texture to your sculptures. And then finally, we have some toothpicks and a roller. The toothpick is just to help us connect different parts of your sculpture. Like if you have maybe a cylinder with maybe a cap and you want it to stay up, those are what the toothpicks are going to help with, but those will end up inside the sculpture, and it is just going to help to attach those two pieces that you created separately. So this would depend on what you end up creating with your polymer clay. And then this is our best friend. It's a roller. They always come in handy because when you have the polymer clay, it does come in this really neatly packaged shapes, but we end up sort of rolling it out and we want to make it softer with our hands. So this is always going to be something that you guys are going to go back and use when we're shaping the clay into the different shapes you want to use today. So when you guys look, and I'll show you guys, I have a little pumpkin. I added all of the different creases in there to make it look like a pumpkin, but it started very simple, and I'll show you guys how to start a pumpkin like this, but you don't always have to do a pumpkin. You could always go with something else. The holidays are coming, but it is fall now. You guys could start using your colors. I'll grab the colors that I use for the pumpkin. A cool thing about polymer clay is that it does come with the colors already, but you could always mix them if one's too bright and one's not bright enough, and that's what I did with the pumpkin. So this pumpkin is the mixture of both. So if you guys see, this is the pumpkin, and I use this two colors. So really bright orange, and then more of a softer orange.
And so are they using this geometric shapes and they can make whatever they want to with theirs, or will it be?
So you guys will decide what shapes you want to use in your sculptures. So when you guys look at the shapes on your sheet, everything starts with a simple 2D shape. So we have a square, a rectangle, an oval, a triangle, a circle. But if we want to make it 3D, we have to make it into a form. So a cube has how many squares? Does anyone know?
6.
It has 6, right? But because we have 6 squares that create each side, it makes it into a 3D form. And what about the cylinder? What shapes do we have in there? Is it just one shape, or do we have multiple?
It's like a circle for the sides, and then sort of like a rectangle stretched out really long.
Exactly, right? So it's noticing that even though we have all these geometric shapes, sometimes they end up combining together to create those forms. So one thing that we really take into consideration when creating art, that we have geometric shapes, but sometimes we also have organic shapes, which adds a little bit more of that unique twist to art, that we don't always have this perfect shapes. We end up turning them into organic shapes. Do you guys know what any of those shapes would be? If you had to give me an example.
Like a tree or an apple?
So a tree and an apple have organic shapes because we don't have a specific name for an apple shape. We usually just refer to the fruit. But for all the shapes on this sheet, they're geometric because we have a specific name. So we have a square for that shape, a circle for that shape, and usually they have precise measurements to the shape. So all of the 4 sides for the square measure the same to be a square. If they don't have all the same size, usually if 2 sides are longer, it turns into a rectangle. And when it comes to organic shapes, usually they're very free flow. They could be like a rock, but not every rock has the same measurements. So organics are more free flow, and you guys will be able to play with those shapes too.
All right, so we're gonna get these kids started on this project, and right now we'll just go back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Sam. Also, thanks to the Bakersfield Museum of Art coming in and doing some great art and math lessons with the students. In studio, we have Kaylyn, a 3rd grade student from American Elementary, and you liked those games, didn't you?
Yes.
Did you like it as it got more difficult?
Yes.
Do you think you could do one with times tables?
Maybe.
Maybe, but you first have to get better at your times tables, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right, you want to work on that?
Yes, please.
All right, head on over there with Zenaida. You guys are going to do
Come
some
on,
work with
Kaylyn.
multiplication.
So you said you were working on your tens, right? So let's go ahead and start with just a basic 1 times 10. So one group of 10. And you were just telling me that you love muffins. And so I want you to think about it as one group of 10 muffins. One group of 10 muffins. How many muffins do you think you would have?
10.
Yes, one group of 10 muffins would be 10. So I'm going to just write that one up here for you, okay? And so I want you to keep thinking about those groups of muffins, okay? So we have 2 groups of 10 muffins. 2 groups of 10 muffins. How many muffins would you have?
20
Yes,
muffins.
that would be 20. So I'm just recording your ideas here. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same question, keep the pattern going. If you have 3 groups of 10 muffins, how many muffins would you have?
30.
30, awesome. I'm going to do one more and see if you start to see a pattern, okay?
Okay.
So we have 4 groups of 10 muffins. How many muffins is that?
40.
Awesome. So I want you to look at the work that we've done so far, and I want you to tell me what are some patterns that you're noticing right here.
Well, we're counting like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so we're adding a group every time we go down. We're adding one group, and what's staying the same?
These ones. And these numbers, we just add a 0 to them.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Because 4 times 10, 10 4 times is 40.
Very good, right. And you notice that it starts with that same 4, and you saw the 4 over here as well, right? You made that connection that was
Yes.
similar? Okay, awesome. So I'm just gonna erase this here so we can kind of keep it a little bit clean if that's okay with you. So I wonder if you can keep that pattern going if I gave you a larger problem here, okay? All right, so if I said I have 9 groups of 10. 9 groups of 10, do you know what that would be?
90.
Very good. How about 10 groups of 10?
100.
How did you find that out so quickly? Because the first time I saw you skip counting with your fingers, and then with 10 times 10, you were able to write 100 very quickly.
Because same with here. Remember I told you you add just a 0 to there? Well, you add another 0 to here.
It's like a pattern that you're seeing, right? That when you're multiplying by 10, you're seeing that pattern that's happening here. Also, how could you use 9 times 10 to help you with 10 times 10?
Well, 9 times 10 is just 1 more than 10 times 10. So you can add 1 more 10 to 90.
Exactly. So when you did 9 times 10, you had 90, and so one more group of 10 would give you the 100.
Yes.
So if I were to tell you 11 times 10, could you use that information that you just got, 11 groups of 10, to figure that out? Okay, so let's see. Tell me about that thinking there.
Wait, no. It's 110.
Okay, tell me how you know that's it.
Because 100 plus 1 more 10 equals 110.
Very good, very good. I'm so proud of you. You're multiplying by 10 already, doing a beautiful job. Do you want to multiply by another number? Or do you want to keep going with 10?
Let's do another number.
Okay, let's do another number. So let me scroll down here and extend the page, I believe. And what do you want to multiply by next?
Let's do 5s.
Oh, I like that idea. So let's go ahead and multiply by 5. So one group of 5. What would that give you?
5.
Excellent. And then 2 groups of 5?
10.
Very good. How are you getting that answer so quickly? Tell me.
Because you just add another 5 to the 5.
To the 5 that was there. How about 3 groups of 5?
15.
Very good. Now I'm going to ask you this next question. How about 6 groups of 5?
30.
Excellent. Now, before I move on, do you see any connections between 3 times 5 and 6 times 5? Do you see anything in those numbers?
You
in
just
relation?
add 3 more 5s to 15.
So on this side, you added 3 more 5s. And what happened in the product side?
It skip counted by 3 5s.
It skip counted by 3 5s.
There you go. Nicely done. So you got the 10s out of the way. You also did some other numbers with the 5 right there. For some great work today so far, Kaylyn, you've got yourself a meal courtesy of our friends at Chick-fil-A. Congratulations on that.
Yay.
There you go. I say that too every time I go. I go, yay, I like that too. Kaylyn, do you have any idea what the order of operations are? Have you ever heard of that yet?
No.
Good. Well, you know what? We're going to expand your mind a little bit more today, right now with Miley.
Hi, my name is Miley, and today I will be showing you how to do order of operations. The easiest way I do order of operations is PEMDAS. I have written out an expression right here that I will be helping you do just to get a basis of knowing how to do order of operations. So, the first thing we do is start with parentheses. So, we will rewrite our expression. Then, we will do multiplication since it's the next step in PEMDAS. Then, since we have a simplified expression, the answer will be 9. Since you know how to do order of operations now, you will do more expressions to get a better understanding of how to do it. So, now I'm going to write out another expression. See that there's more division and there's an exponent in the expression. So the first thing we're going to do is start with parentheses. So now that we've done the parentheses, we will start with our exponent. The next step is multiplication. And then, once you get to the end, it'll be 16 divided by 2. Now, we will have our simplified expression. The answer to the expression is 22. Thank you for going through the expressions with me, and I hope you have a better understanding of how to do order of operations.
There we go. Let's talk math with Miley right there in the order of operations. And I know there's a lot of students going PEMDAS, I know that, but I've also heard GERMDAS, which is a little bit more comprehensive because it talks about some of the different grouping symbols instead of just parentheses, such as brackets, absolute value, things like that. So a lot of different ways that you can group numbers right there. We're going to head back downstairs and check in with the Bakersfield Museum of Art and see what they're doing right now. So it looks like they are doing the holiday shapes with the skull right there for Halloween coming up. And hopefully some of you had an opportunity to go check out Via Arte at the Marketplace this last weekend, presented by the Bakersfield Museum of Art. They had some great pieces out there.
So
Wonderful
for
artists
my pumpkin,
partaking in that.
I always start
And
with
we can
a
see that the
sphere.
kids right now are
So
working
it should
on
be a circle, and then with my
getting apart
fingers,
those
I
pieces
start
of clay
flattening
and
the bottom and the top.
working with the shapes.
So I can add the stem on the top and then make it able to sit.
All right. So, Kaylyn, as you're seeing this, what do you think about what they're
Kids
doing
are
down there with that
always
art?
the best tool because
They're molding them into Halloween-based shapes
Okay.
and just playing with the clay.
Yeah, so you see the one that they're trying to make like, it looks like a skull right there. Do you see that
Yes.
one? And then the other one you can see with the orange there, I think it looks like one of the people are trying to make a pumpkin probably down there. If you had to make something, what would you try to make out of that clay down there?
I like bats a lot, so I would probably make a bat.
Oh, good. And that goes right along with the theme that they're doing, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll check in with those guys a little bit later on and see how they're doing with that downstairs at the Bakersfield Museum of Art. All right. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30 this afternoon. Kaylyn is a third grade student from American Elementary doing some great work. So now you and I, and Zenaida is going to help you a little bit with this also, all right? So let's take a look at the board. This is one of the dice games that we're going to play. So the first thing, Kaylyn, I'd like you to look at the monitor up here. We're right over here. Do you see these dice? Have you ever seen dice like this where there's a little die inside of a bigger one?
Yeah, in second grade, we had like a math box that we had a bunch of like math tools in it and stuff, and that was one of our tools.
Good, all right. So when you roll it, you're gonna have a number on the outside and a number on the inside. That make sense?
Yes.
All right, so let's take a look at the board over here for the dice game. And we're trying to get as close to 20 as we can. So inside one of the die, we had a 6. And the outside number was 3. So a 6 and a 3 can either make a 63 or a 36. Is that all right with you?
Yes.
Okay. The next die had a 3 and a 4, so it could be 34 or 43. Now the goal is to get as close to 20 as you can. So what they did is they took 63 and 43, subtracted them, and got 20. You following it so far?
Yeah.
Good. So let's take a look at the other person. They had it over here. They had a 3 and a 1. So they could have made 31 or 13, and then a 2 and a 6 for 26 or 62. The closest they got was 62 minus 31, because you can use any of the numbers. And they got 31. So that's how this person won, because they got exactly 20. Are you ready to try one?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and we'll take a look at this screen right here. So I'm going to roll the 2 dice over here, okay? We're going to look at them, and then you and Zenaida are going to write the numbers down, okay? So right now we have a 6 and a 6. So for one die, you're going to put a 6 and a 6. Oop. Yeah, try it again. Just, yeah, keep your hand back a little bit, I think is what happened on that one. There you go. So we have a 6 and a 6. And on the other one, we have a 4 and a 5. So you and Zenaida talk about what you would like to do with those numbers. So the 6 and 6
Can we
kind of
do
can be
anything
hard,
right
but
here? Because either way, it's going to be 66, even if we switch the numbers here. So let's think about this one. We're trying to get to 20. So if we were to subtract 66, would it be better to subtract 45 or subtract 54?
45, because if we do it in ones, it would, and we took the 4 and the 6, 4 plus 6 equals 10, so we should do 66 minus 45.
Okay, and so you think 66 minus 45 would give you something close to 20?
Yes.
Okay, you think that's better than 66 minus 54?
Yes.
Because what might 66 minus 54 give you?
Maybe in the teens.
Okay, okay. So do you want her to go ahead and solve it?
Yeah, go ahead and try that
Go
one.
ahead and solve it.
Can I do it up and down way?
Yeah, you could put it over here if you want. Wow, look at that.
That is pretty close,
That
21,
is really
right?
close, yes.
All right, so leave 21, erase the big 66 minus 45, leave the one that you did right there. Right, get rid of that negative in the 45, and we'll roll them again and see if the numbers you get this time will get you closer or further to 20, all right? So here we go. So now we have a 1 and a 4,
I'll write it down for you. A 1 and a 4.
and then we have a 5 and a 6.
5 and a 6. Okay, so how do you want to, again, you want to get close to 20 in that difference.
Let's do 65 minus 14.
Okay, you want to try that? You don't want to try it. Let's try it. So 60, you want to line it up yourself?
Yeah.
65 minus 14.
That is not close at all.
That is not, you want to try another one, see if we can get closer with these numbers that we
yeah,
have?
let's do 56 minus, actually let's do 41 minus 65.
Okay. Don't erase this one because it's good to keep the work there. You're saying 41 minus 65?
Uh-huh.
But when we're thinking about subtraction at your age, you want to start with the larger number first, right? So let's start with, was it 65 that you said first?
Yes.
Okay, so 65 minus, and you want to try 41 now instead of the 14. Much better, right? That was a
Yeah.
better choice? Yes.
There you go, 24. So you didn't get any further than 21, but you did pretty good trying to get as close to 20 as you could, right? All right, nicely done. 636-4357 is the phone number. Let's take a look back downstairs and see how they're doing with the sculptures. There we go. So Kaylyn, what do you think he's making right there? Because he's using that to flatten it out a little bit. Do you have any idea? Because it looks like he's got some blue there. And Zenaida, if you have any idea also, let's...
I don't really know what he's making.
What do you think about that one with the orange right there?
Maybe a pumpkin?
Maybe a pumpkin.
Maybe.
It looks like they're trying to hollow out the center, the green. Let's see what they're doing right there. Some sort of a tree shape, maybe, or a leaf or something?
Maybe a tree or a leaf.
Yeah, it could be.
That's the skull one again.
Oh yeah, there's the skull one again. So they're putting some more details on that.
That's looking quite good.
You think that is quite good? I think it is
Yeah.
quite good myself as well.
It's all about the
And let's see, what do you think?
That young lady in the pink is
What do you
working
think
hard.
she's got going there?
Maybe like a snowman or something?
You're learning something, right?
Oh, with the white blob right there?
Yeah.
Could be. And it looks as though she's refining her pumpkin there. The
Yeah.
professional from the Museum of Art, right? All right, we'll give these guys a couple more seconds, see how they're doing.
I got like black.
Oh, there we go. Maybe they're going to use that bat, maybe a black bat right there. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Maybe
they could
what
be
I
doing
said
that.
earlier.
They could be doing a snake or something right there.
Yeah.
We'll check in with them in a little bit and see what they're doing. Anyway, you know what? We always want to check in with the newest things going on at NASA. Let's see what's going on this week at NASA.
Highlighting the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, learning how the human body reacts to long space flights, and a new engine test series for future Artemis missions. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. On October 14th, we brought you coverage of the Ring of Fire annular solar eclipse with views from our broadcast locations along the path of annularity in Kerrville, Texas and Albuquerque, New Mexico. In addition to viewing opportunities, the eclipse provided unique opportunities for science, which included NASA sounding rockets launching scientific instruments to study the effects of the eclipse on the atmosphere. The next solar eclipse takes place on April 8, 2024, when a total solar eclipse will cross the U.S. from Texas to Maine. Aboard the International Space Station, NASA astronaut Laurel O'Hara is participating in the CIPHER study to help us learn more about how the human body reacts to long-duration missions in space. Astronauts headed to the station can volunteer for this broad suite of experiments, which monitors their health before, during, and after their missions to help us prepare to safely send humans to the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Learn more at nasa.gov/mission/CIPHER. On October 17th, engineers at our Stennis Space Center kicked off a new test series with an RS-25 engine. This planned 12-test series is the final round of certification testing ahead of production of an updated set of the engines. 4 RS-25s will help power our Space Launch System rocket on future Artemis missions to the Moon and beyond. Researchers using our James Webb Space Telescope have detected evidence for quartz nanocrystals in the high-altitude clouds of WASP-17b, a hot Jupiter exoplanet 1,300 light-years from Earth. The detection, which was uniquely possible with Webb's mid-infrared instrument, marks the first time that silica particles have been spotted in an exoplanet atmosphere. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more about what else we're up to, check out nasa.gov.
Always exciting things going on at NASA, and always exciting things going on with the Bakersfield Museum of Art. Let's head back downstairs, check in with Sam, and see how the kids are doing.
All right, hey, so we're going to check in with these kids and see what they're making, their ideas, and kind of what favorite tool they've been using. So, all right, well, how about for you first? What are you making?
I'm making a boat in the ocean.
All right, and I see you've been using a lot of tools. Which one's been your favorite?
This.
The
It's
roller.
just helped me roll the water into good shape, and then the boat, it helped me make all pieces of it.
Yeah, I saw you using this one too to kind of hammer that one out earlier.
Yeah, it helps with like making it like, see how like it's just a bad shape. It just kind of helps get rid of that.
I like you smoothing it out.
Yeah.
I like that. I like your idea. All right, we'll come back to you. So what about for you? What are you making?
I'm making a tiger.
A tiger. Are you just making his head?
Yep, just
All
his
right.
head.
All right, and what have been your favorite tools?
The little
Again, the little rounder thing. Yeah, smoothing it out. And are you going to add some black stripes on there too? Yep. All right, sounds good. Okay, over here, what about you?
I'm making a fish.
Nice, I love it. And so you're going to use this green. You said you're using some purple too?
Yeah,
Nice.
the complementary colors on opposite sides of the color wheel.
Right, yep, good. All right, and then what are your favorite tools?
Probably this guy,
Yeah.
the roller.
Yeah,
He just helps me a lot.
yeah. You're making yours kind of a little flatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, over here, let's see what we've got going. All right. What are you making? We can see that you're obviously making a skull, but what have been your favorite tools you're using?
My favorite tools have been the rollers and the knife because they help me like mold it into what I want it to be.
Right, yeah. And now you have this little tiny thing to help you with the really small areas.
Yeah, I hope to make it a girl and have some eyelashes and a bow. And
Oh, that's cute. All right, what about over here? How are you doing?
Good.
What are you making?
I'm making a puppy.
A puppy. And you're making his bow right now, right?
I already made the bow.
Oh, you made the bow. Oh, okay. Nice.
So I'm
And
making
now,
his
what are you making? Oh, though you're making the nose. And is that your favorite tool right there?
Yeah.
That one's kind of soft. Nice. Okay, what about over here?
I'm trying to make a spider.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you got your legs coming.
Yeah, and I like the roller.
Yep.
Yeah.
The roller, and then your hand. You made it up like the
Yeah,
roll off the little legs.
Yes.
Very cool. All right, so you guys are using lots of different forms and shapes, the two elements of art over there. And then, what about you, Maria? You're making another pumpkin?
So I'm making another pumpkin and using some triangles to make the face, and then the nose. So I'm gonna make this one a little bit more Halloween theme. I might add a little cute mouth. And then I just keep going around and telling the kids that the tools are really gonna help them add all of those small details, especially because the smaller the details are, our fingers get in the way. So using any of the tools that have a really small point is really gonna help making sure that things stay together. And then I know they're doing a really good job, so I think we're gonna have really good finished sculptures today. Yeah.
And so once they're done all making these, we're gonna put them in the toaster oven, right?
We're gonna put them in
And
the
bake 'em?
toaster oven and bake them. So I know when we start working with the clay, we make it really soft and it's really easy to mold. So when we're working on it, it's usually the time that we have to be careful with it. But once it's in the oven and it's done like baking, it'll get really hard. And even if you walk around with it or if you drop it, it's just gonna stay in the shape that we left it in the oven. So that's something exciting to look forward to.
Yeah. And at the Bakersfield Museum of Art, they have classes like this that you
We do.
teach.
So we have Saturday studio classes, so those are selected Saturdays. The next one that's coming up is November 4th, so if there are going to be painting for that class, so if any kiddos would like to participate, we do registrations online. And then we also have classes during the winter break. We have our winter workshops. So that's also coming up. If the kiddos haven't had any plans for the winter and you're thinking about what your kids are going to do, we do have those during those days. And then we currently are accepting applications for Artworks. That's one of our high school programs. And it's really exciting to see what the high school students could do. So if you have any students who might be interested in participating in art with the museum and they're currently a junior and senior in high school, we are accepting applications, and that's a semester-long program that they work with myself and then some of the staff members at the museum.
That's great. Can they just go to the website and
Yes,
then find all
so
that
it would be bmoa.org/artworks, and it'll take you directly to the page, and it gives more information about the program and what we do with those students.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, we will check back in once these kids keep making their art. All right, back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Sam. And it looks like those kids are making some great art pieces down there. All right, we have Kaylyn, who's going to work on working with an array and multiplication. All right, girls, you've got 2 minutes. Tell us what you've got.
Awesome. So I just want to introduce you to the array, and the array is another way of showing multiplication. So just earlier we were working with groups of 10, right?
Yes.
And so this array has one group of 10, another group of 10 that shows two groups of 10. So I want you to take that understanding, and I wonder if you can draw me an array for 3 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5. So here's 2 groups of 10. You're going to do 3 groups of 5. Very good. It's a great drawing. And when you draw the array, if you were to count up all the counters or the circles, that would give you the product. That would give you the answer. So in this case, I have 2 groups of 10. That gives me 20. And in your case, you have 3 groups of 5.
Which give me 15.
Excellent. And so in 3rd grade, we use the array to help us show the multiplication that we're working on. And so I could give you another problem where you can demonstrate using an array. So let me see if I can give you just one fresh one here. Let's try something different. 4 groups of 6. Draw an array for 4 groups of 6. See if that helps you find the product of that.
That gives us 18.
Okay, so let's double check. Do we have four groups of 6? So I see a group of 6.
It's 3. I'm sorry, I messed up.
No problem. We can always go back and learn from it and fix it, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
24.
And I'm
Very
glad that
good.
you caught your mistake right there because you were on a roll, right? You got all those circles going to make that array. And you did do it correctly when you said 18, but then Zenaida reminded you had 4 groups, right? And then you're like, ah, and you caught yourself, right? There you go, nicely done. Hey, you know what? Always a lot of stuff going on with the state parks. As a matter of fact, 4th graders get to go free. Let's check in with the state parks right now.
We're here today at Half Moon Bay State Beach. We're so glad to be able to celebrate one of our outstanding volunteers who's going to be receiving the Golden Bear Award.
We're going to work in the field, do some mustard, search and destroy. Yeah, I see some in there. My name is John Salcido. I worked 25 years as a project manager. When I retired, I knew that I wanted to do something to help the environment, get outside, and get away from a desk. The swarm, we call ourselves, because we're like a group of locusts when we come after invasive plants.
We are going to be honoring John today. He's going to say a few words about his experience and what he's been doing. He's known for his family-friendly programs. He's been working up and down San Mateo, particularly in this area, removing ice plant, weeding, getting kids out there to learn about nature, learn about the environment. And we're just thrilled to all be here today to celebrate our Golden Bear awardee. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The Golden Bear Award is designed to honor our best volunteers, our best employees, our best contributors to our state parks. They are people who have committed and devoted their lives to helping young people, to helping people who might not otherwise have access to the parks, to help with maintenance, to help with weeding, to help support our cultural diversity programs.
It was obvious that John deserved this award. John was clearly the correct candidate for this award. He's been a leader.
Hey, I appreciate everyone coming out on such a crazy day.
He's brought us his skills, his passion.
Well, what's coming up here? So soft. The ground is just incredibly moist today.
But best of all, he has this incredible ability to encourage people to come and work with him and work as part of a cohesive group. He's really built a community.
I love you, John.
And it's paid off not only in the benefits directly to the park, directly to the habitat that's restored, but it's helped a lot in terms of all the people involved and their love for each other, as well as their love for the work that's done. And it really is because of John.
This team will make a difference and will probably expand more over the next 10 years. Hopefully I'll be here. I plan to.
Half Moon Bay Super Squad!
There you go, a little more about California state parks. Kaylyn, a 3rd grade student from American Elementary, has been in here this afternoon doing some great work so far today. Right now, because we thought that with the black clay that they might have been making a bat, but we found out they were making a spider. So should we go back downstairs and see how they're doing?
Yes, please.
All right, let's head back downstairs, check in with Sam, and see how they're doing.
All right, here we are checking back in. So now let's see what he's at work making.
I'm making the wave that the boat's gonna be like near.
Okay, so you have a little boat and a little fisherman there. And then show me what you're gonna do with your wave.
So I'm gonna like make it stand up and then add a little more blue and then maybe some foam at the top.
And then is your boat gonna go in here?
Yeah, it's gonna go right there.
Oh, I like that idea. All right, what about you? What are you working on now?
I'm working on the mouth right now.
Okay, I see the mouth and the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's looking good. All right. And here your fish is coming along.
Yep.
Oh, I love all your scales.
Thank you.
So you've gone light to dark.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do this color at the very end. So it's the same color as the base of the fish, the bottom, but it's gonna have different like texture.
Great. And are you still gonna be using those two?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it a little bit like over.
Oh yeah, I love that. Reminds me of like the rainbow fish. Okay, let's see how you. Oh, did yours go in the oven?
Yes, mine went in the oven, and now I'm starting on making an umbrella or something with one of the cookie cutters.
Oh yeah, we haven't used those yet. Great. Okay, how about? Oh my gosh, look how cute. Let's see your little dog's face. Show him. That's so cute. And then you have. So what are you working on now?
The bow.
Okay.
And I make a smaller.
Smaller bow for his head. Oh, that's cute. All right, looking good. And over here.
Right now,
Oh, wow.
I'm working on the eyes.
Nice. So what all are you gonna add to him?
I'm just gonna add like a spot on the back.
Oh, so he's Black Widow.
Yeah.
All right. And then Maria, tell us about the oven.
So we're gonna add a new addition to our sculptures that are gonna be baked. So when you're using polymer clay, it doesn't take as much heat for it to be baked and get hardened. So if you guys are doing this at home, you want to set the oven at 275, and then you want to put it in there for 15 minutes. So we're gonna do that right now. And then once they're ready, they'll be pretty hot, so we want to be careful and use some mittens to take out the sculptures. But this is just a different version of using a kiln. So if there's people who are working with clay, professional clay, they end up doing like those mugs or those plates that we get to have at home. Those get to a really high temperature for that clay to harden, and we're able to use and have food in them. But when we're using something smaller like the polymer clay and we're using more for decoration, we don't have to worry too much about, you know, being able to have food there. So this is always a perfect option for those fun projects that we get to do at home or at the museum or anywhere that you want to be creative.
This has been so great having you. So big thanks to Maria from the Bakersfield Museum of Art. And check out our social media later so you can see all the rest of these pieces finished. And so back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks for that, Sam. Also, thank you to Maria for coming in today from the Bakersfield Museum of Art. They always send over some great instructors and have some great ideas to do with the students. And as we said, check out social media. So, Kaylyn, can you remind everybody the social media websites we have? Yep, at the bottom. Tell us what those are again.
And social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
So that way people can check out how these things come out finished. One thing you noticed about the spider was what?
It needed 2 more legs.
2 more legs, right, to be an authentic spider, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I've got a couple of questions for you, young lady. Did you learn a little something today?
Yeah.
Good. And did you have fun today?
Yes.
What do you think was the best thing about today?
The turtle game.
Oh, good. So you like the turtle game. So what I want you to do is do a little bit of that with your family. Tell them about the math week, okay?
Okay.
And maybe you guys can help add to those minutes. You're also going to be an ambassador for Do the Math.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you do something or like help them do something.
Yeah, you're going to help us do something. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put on a uniform. So can you hold up that new shirt that you've got? We'll look right over at camera 3. So that is your new uniform as you're an ambassador now. So as an ambassador, you're going to help us out by telling people about Do the Math. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, good. We'll get you a shirt that fits. That one's a little big for you, isn't it? Yeah, I know it's over there. We'll get that one later on. All right? You all done for today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like we are. Hey, you know what? Until we meet again, continue to do the math.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Valley Strong Credit Union, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, and the Kern High School District. With additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.